Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by the newest driver of the CR7 truck, Blaine Perkins. Will drive the 9 truck for CR7, Cody Robaugh. How's it full time in 2022? How's it going, man?
It's going good. Really excited to get on here and talk about the announcement from yesterday and full season in 2022 in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Okay, you've had a crazy off season. I know that for a while there was like all this different talks about where you were going to go and all that, but ultimately enough, you're in the truck series full time with an up and coming team. A lot of details were released yesterday. What's it finally like to have this out there?
Yeah, it's really cool. Obviously, it's a big dream of mine to be able to race full time year in one of NASCAR's premier top 3 series. So that was kind of my biggest goal coming into this off season, was to make sure I got a full season in something. We did go out, we searched a lot of different teams. I've never really been back here before, so kind of my first off season. Met a lot of great people, but I'm really excited to be able to work with these guys at CR7 Motorsports, and we've got a really good team, a group of people around us, and I think we're going to go out and have a pretty successful year and shock and surprise a lot of people.
I think so, because I think a lot of people are still don't know who you are. But also a couple of details that were also released yesterday. You're going to have an alliance with GMS. You're going to work out of the GMS Racing shop. So that's good, because obviously there's going to be a lot of trucks out there, and the truck series is just there's a ton of rides that compete week in and week out. It's going to be a tough field.
Absolutely. The truck series is extremely competitive. Very aggressive driving too. So I think we all saw that last year from the truck series, but that's what we all love about it. I remember watching all the truck series races, so I have to go back through and rewatch them now, knowing that I'm going to be racing against all those different guys.
Oh, yeah.
But I really like the schedule, going to some dirt tracks, some road courses, some 1.5 mile super speedways. It's really cool. It's a really diverse schedule we have. So looking forward to getting all these different places.
We'll talk about the schedule in just a minute, but I know that it's been trying to find a ride. I know that it was kind of complicated to, find something full time, but what sold you on this team?
Yeah. So, since the beginning, I moved out here. There's a couple people that I met out here that have been really big part of my transition to moving out here, racing out here, and that's definitely the Hornaday family. So having Ron Hornaday behind me, using him as kind of like a mentor, especially going to the truck series now, is really cool. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer truck driver, so can't really get much better information from him. And then his daughter, Candace Hornaday, as well, giving me a lot of insight into these different teams, and just give me another set of friends back here too. Some people that I can trust on and lean on. So, like I said, it was a really long, stressful off season for sure. It's just, I think that's kind of how it works back here, and never done doing it before, but really excited to be able to announce that I've landed here, and I think we're gonna have a really successful year.
Yeah, this is your first off season living in North Carolina. You were in California at the time, coming off an ARCA West season last time as you were here. Of course, you ran part-time for Our Motorsports last year. It's your first full season in this, but let's talk about that schedule for a minute. We got some dirt tracks. You talked about that. You do have a little bit of dirt experience, but I want to talk about going back to your home state and your home area in California at Sonoma. First time the trucks are going there in over 20 years. That's got to be big for you, because I know you're a Bay Area kid. I know you're also a big San Francisco Giants fan as well. But overall, what's it going to be like to go back and race in your home area?
Yeah, it's awesome. Anytime you can have kind of a home race is really cool. Like you said, I'm a big Bay Area sports fan, so it's a few hours away from Bakersfield, my hometown, but it'll be really cool to get back to Sonoma. I've obviously ran a few races there in the K&N West Series days, so hopefully have a little bit of an edge on the field there, but I know they'll all catch up real quick. But like I said, I know these guys are going to give me some really good cars this year, building a lot of new equipment with the GMS Alliance. So I know we're going to have fast cars everywhere we go. Just looking forward to getting here to Daytona. Who knows, maybe we can shock the world and lock us into the playoffs here in this first race, and be focusing on a championship for the next 15.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting, because there's going to be so many trucks that are out there. Getting in the field is going to be interesting. Not as interesting as in the Xfinity series, but I know that the truck series is, with practice and qualifying coming back, there's going to be a lot of competitive trucks, and some good trucks are probably going to miss the field. So, what's it going to be like, and how competitive is this series right now?
I think NASCAR across the board is really competitive. You've got a lot of really good cars, whether it's the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, or the Truck Series. Looking at it, I think you have a really close field in the Truck Series. You probably have 15 trucks that could win any given weekend, and then there's another 15 that can realistically run top 10. So it's a really close, really stacked field. Like I said, one little off weekend can be the difference between running top 5, top 10 to all the way just hoping for a top 20. So just got to make sure we're always on our A game, and then just we're working together as crew chief, spotter, and myself, just working on it in practice and qualifying as the race goes. So we'll just make sure we're bettering ourselves each and every time we come out the road.
Of course, your crew chief was announced yesterday. Also, do you know who your spotter will be?
Yes. So my crew chief is Doug George. He's staying with the team from last year, and my spotter will be Tim Fidowa. I think he also spotted for the team last year as well.
And of course, that is also the spotter for Kevin Harvick. So, yeah, connection. Baker, that's kind of funny. He spots two drivers from Bakersfield. That's kind of interesting.
Yep, he definitely does. And like I said, the Hornadays have a really good connection with Kevin as well. And I've heard a lot of good things about Tim. So looking forward to getting to work with him this year. And I think he'll definitely help me become a better race car driver.
Of course, Tim is a proud Michigan native like myself. So that's common, of course, up in the Lansing area. So there you go. All right. Well, Blaine Perkins, thank you so much for coming on and talking about your big announcement. Of course, if you missed it, he's going to CR7 Motorsports. That's the 9 truck. That is Cody Robaugh's team, for people that don't know. Blaine, thanks for coming on. It's on Christmas Eve of all days. Enjoy the holidays and stuff, and enjoy North Carolina, your first Christmas in North Carolina.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, and really appreciate it, all the time you spent with me this year, and looking forward to next year talking to you throughout the year.
Right on.